Self-management websites have changed our lives as consumers. Millions of people routinely go online and sort out their day-to-day requirements. That revolution is now coming to local services. Far-sighted local authorities, voluntary organisations, employers and recruitment agencies are already offering a self-management option. This set of short videos will show how self-management could work for your organisation and what it could then do for local people. But first, let's get an overview of self-management and why it's different from other types of websites and IT. There's an easy way to illustrate the uniqueness of self-management. Let's look at changes in the way travel has been booked over the last 30 years. In the 1980s, if you wanted to arrange a break abroad, you called in at a travel agent or phoned a call centre. Somebody would then read your options to you off a computer. In the mid-1990s, websites like airlinecontactinformation.com appeared. They allowed you to specify a journey, London to Paris for example. The site would then show all the airlines on that route. You could call round for yourself to establish seat availability, costs and times. By the 2000s we had Expedia. This site takes in your potential requirements, then instantly shows you every possible option for your trip. Options can come from multiple providers. Everything offered is genuinely available. You can book the option of your choice with a few clicks. Expedia brought self-management to the travel sector. Customers started sorting out their own arrangements, however fiddly and changeable they may be. But the customers loved it. They gained a lot more choice and control because the site gave them actual bookable seats, rooms and hire cars, not just lists of contacts. We travel more because of Expedia. It's so effortless to arrange trips now. This expansion of the travel sector has come without the overheads of new premises or call centres. It's not just travel. Self-management has swept through sector after sector, defying the sceptics. They said it couldn't work for books because customers would need to browse before they buy. But the Amazon website has killed off bricks and mortar bookstores that were slow to move online. Critics said online grocery shopping wouldn't work. You can't squeeze the produce. Wrong. It's currently growing at 15% year on year in the UK. It's been the same story in clothes shopping, banking, gambling, financial products. Increasingly, people want to make their own arrangements through a website. And that's not just computer geeks. 64% of us in the UK have used at least one self-management website. The concept is so mainstream, it's advertised on peak time TV. Many people believe self-management is now overdue in public services. It can underpin volunteering, time banking, and all sorts of general employment. But we're going to show you self-management applied to bookings of paid home care. In this set of videos, you will be introduced to an organisation that has launched the service. It is their staff who allow service users and workers to use the system. They can impose any controls necessary on each user. From that point on, users sort everything out for themselves, but staff can constantly see the bookings going through the system. You will also see how a worker manages the flexibility and opportunity offered, all through a very simple interface. And we'll show how self-management work opportunities can really boost the CV. But the first little video will feature a service user. He's going to sort out some support for his elderly mother across the next few days. And he's going to do it in 30 seconds. You will see how John books workers Ashna and Roger for a couple of hours today. Both of them are participants in a self-managed e-market launched by Northwark Council. The local authority has then chosen to allow dozens of local organisations to access its system. That's expanding opportunities for everyone. Instead of the council starting the market, it could have been the volunteer centre, a forward-looking third sector body, a care provider, a recruitment agency, or an employer. But let's get back to John. He lives in Glasgow. His mother is a resident of Northwark. She's just phoned him to say it's a sunny morning, she's feeling good, and she'd like to go shopping at lunchtime. For that, she needs 2 support workers. She also wants an hour of Pilates training at the local leisure centre sometime in the next few days. John is busy. He doesn't have time to phone or email providers, but his mother has been given an account on the Northwood Care website. John is one of the advocates she has approved to make bookings for her. He is going to sort out everything she wants at the best possible value in less than a minute. On the site, he specifies the activity for which he wants workers. He needs them at his mother's address between 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock today. It's now just after 10 o'clock. Immediately, the site shows him there are 32 workers ready to do that booking. Everyone on this screen has been vetted for this kind of work. Each person is genuinely available for the times he needs. They are monitored for their reliability. Each person can be contacted in the next 20 minutes or so because this is a short notice requirement. Plus, everyone on his screen is willing to do a booking at the required location, and each is happy with the length of session, period of notice, and other parameters of John's requirement. Crucially, the system has checked legal compliance. None of these people would be breaking their specific working time restrictions by doing this booking. This is a market for paid work, so the system has calculated the total hourly cost of each person for this specific booking. That can factor in their travel distance and any extra payments permitted for short bookings or short notice requirements. It also includes employers' NI, on-costs, and the charges of the agencies involved. Workers on this screen are employed by Northwood Care or any of the organisations they allow to use their market. John is currently seeing the available people ranked by their track record of reliability. Those in the upper levels have a solid history of fulfilling bookings successfully for multiple households. If John was new to this market and in a hurry, he might just go to these top-level people. They are highly experienced, provenly reliable, and constantly monitored. His mum would be in safe hands. But bookings have been arranged for John's mother before this. The system knows who she likes to go shopping with. John can rank the available people by his mother's opinion of them. The system is ranking all the workers in price order for this particular booking today. John's choice is easy. His mother has 5 workers she really likes, but the best value are Ashna and Roger. John can book them with a couple of clicks. And John is asked for his password, so the system knows who authorised this booking. Back in Norfolk, Ashna gets a text message. The system knows that she is available, that this booking's within all her preferences, and that she wants to be contacted by text. It is asking her to confirm the booking by a specific time this morning. If she doesn't, it will have time to sort out a replacement. Meanwhile, the website is asking John for any instructions to pass on to the worker or workers that he booked. It stores past instructions, so there's no work for him in making a selection. Those instructions now go across to Ashna in another text message. And John gets a screen tracking his booking. He can see that Ashna has already confirmed, but Roger has yet to respond. His mother's care plan is stored in the system. The latest version is released to workers once they confirm the booking. A timesheet has been created for the booking. Extra hours can be added if one of the workers agrees to stay on late, for example. If expenses are allowed, they can be recorded on the timesheet also. Northwood Care invites service users to feed back with comments about its workers, so John might check in with his mother later for her views. The timesheet needs to be approved by the service user or their representative and the worker. Then the data can go into Northwood Care's process for payrolling and invoicing. Now, John needs to sort out his mother's Pilates session. That requires a specialised worker. There won't be many of them, but the system will show him when the people he needs are available. This grid is showing John how many Pilates instructors are available and willing to work at his mother's local leisure centre every hour for the next 10 weeks. It's easy to see when her need can be met, and again, it then takes a few seconds to make a booking. So John has now sorted out everything his mother needed. There's been no phone calls or emails, no talking to administrators, no waiting. We have talked through what's happening behind the scenes in the transaction, so it may have seemed a bit slow. Our users typically make bookings like this in 30 seconds or so. The system handles all the confirmations, administration, and resolving of any problems. John's mother has total flexibility in her requirements. She can book short notice or she can book weeks ahead. The system will administer her regular bookings if that's what she requires. Every time her full range of options are instantly visible, she or anyone acting for her can decide what she is willing to pay. Anyone in her family, social circle or support network can make bookings for her. Everything is audited. And of course, it can all be done on phones as easily as on computers. This is self-management for local services.